All right, you're asking for it, so here it is. Listen to this.
I want you fuckers laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, all that shit, dog. Sweating, getting wet, all that.
All right. Welcome to what is actually the 169th episode of the Drinking Partners podcast. Yes,
squared.
People, I have messed up 168 episodes in, and I've messed up the numbers, and it's very humbling for me to have to say that I messed things up, because I feel like Day throughout this entire episode is going to harp back on that. But this is actually our 169th episode. Yes, you know the number 69, and we're here to mind fuck you throughout this whole episode. Last time we called him Mark Schlereth. No, our guest, he fucks people's minds. We both like the 69, not each other, but with our partners. Buzzy even heard 69. Y'all, I know a lot of listeners on that last episode was hoping that we made some sort of 69 joke. And here it is. Yeah, that's what I do. I go to the hack humor when I fuck up. And I fucked up. And you know what? It's my birthday, so I'm definitely looking for some 69. Mill, if you listening, no, let's give the gift that keeps on giving. I am half of your host, I'm Ed Bailey. I'm joined as always with my co-host, Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? We are the Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. 169-ish episodes.
I'll take something 69-ish for my birthday. Like, you know what I mean? That's how we go.
169-ish episodes we've been asking you, and we will continue to ask you, man. Please hop on iTunes, rate and review, man. Like, you know, that's how we know what we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well. And that's how we continue to do well. So please, man, hop on iTunes, rate and review.
Hey, you love us, you see us in public, you tell us you love us. Now, at the click of a button, please tell the internet, tell the world. And as always, however many episodes we are at now, we tell you this at the beginning of every one. In lieu of rates and reviews, we do accept shots of Henny. Shout out to Car Guy DJ and the Conways for starting the trend. And we try to give back now. So when you do leave a review on our iTunes, we may read it on the podcast, much like this one here, titled "These Guys Are Something Else" by Nick Adams. So thank you, Nick, for
Nick
putting
Adams.
Yeah.
Wait till the review comes, because when you say something else, it could be a whole lot of
well,
shit.
when you put your government name on there, you know this shit's good. You not leaving no negative review and got your whole government on there. Like, Nick Adams, he's either a real person or some sort of super sleuth in a comic book. Like Nick Adams.
With an eye patch.
Nick Adams with an eye patch. New Orleans, just like Max Payne. I wanted to expand my knowledge of podcasting. Didn't realize these guys would come take me on such a journey. Want a great podcast to listen to? They're it. Say they're funny is an understatement. Review is heavily weighed. This podcast gets me hyped to record my own podcast presentation like this. It's so hard to come by. Please reread the first word of each sentence.
Whoa, wait. See, that's what I'm saying. Nick will throw you some fucking curves. Wait, what is the first word?
I don't know. Like,
were y'all listening to that?
Is this a riddle?
This is a riddle. Like, he probably said, "Fuck you and your podcast." Like,
yeah, I'm gonna isolate the first letter of every first word of each sentence, and it's probably gonna have a message in there.
This is definitely some noir shit.
God damn it, Nick Adams.
Yeah, see,
you was on.
That's why I wasn't too sure about Nick Adams. Maybe the folks at home. Hey, yo, folks at home,
if you could figure it out.
Yeah. You heard it. Rewind that shit. Tell us what the fuck Nick Adams is really saying. Yeah, I mean, maybe we got to call his front desk, because he either a sleuth or he works at a front desk somewhere. Nick Adams.
Hold on,
if that's his real name.
Hold on. I'm gonna be sitting here.
So shout out to Nick Adams. Either good or bad.
I get it. I didn't want to review this podcast. Yo, fuck you, Nick Adams.
See? I told you.
You son of a bitch.
But he did it anyway, man. He did it anyway. Shout out to Nick, even though he didn't want to.
That's kind of cool.
That is, yeah. I ain't want to do that shit. Then he made it fun. That was cool.
No, we need to get in contact.
You know what? That was very apropos for the podcast we got going on today. Yeah, so we're gonna get into that. But before we get into that, man, we are all over the place, man. We got shows popping up every week these days. But we got our monthly show.
Yeah, show your face, Nick Adams.
Come through.
Pull up.
Nick Adams. Come through. Yeah, come through to Comtra. We will be down there on the 26th. 26th, is that? Yeah, May 26th down at Comtra Theater, man. We got Mike Travers headlining down there. And the booze that we got coming up is Mindful Brewing, man.
Mindful, who we have right here.
Yeah,
so
man. Shout out to Mindful, man. They have really latched on to Drinking Partners. We have formed this collaboration, and man, it is dope. So indefinitely, if you coming to see Drinking Partners, you come to see Mindful as well. So shout out to them. They will be down there giving out free beer at the Comptra Theater. Mike Travers headlining. If you're looking for tickets, that's ComtraTheater.ticketleap.com, May 26th.
Yeah, man. And as always, every third Saturday of the month, we're at Arcade Comedy Theater. The next one we got coming up, we got Alex Tapula headlining. We haven't had, it's crazy. We haven't had him on, one of our shows, so I'm excited about it.
He's been on the podcast a few times.
He's been on the cast,
we've
but
been down there.
We've Epic Night.
Yeah, we work with Alex a lot, but we have not had him on Epic Night. So this is his debut. I'm excited for that, man.
Yeah, man. He did the dentist shit. What the hard dentist? That shit was crazy. And if you know anything about Alex, man, his brand of comedy is funny as hell. But you can't be soft. Like you gotta be ready to, what I mean?
Yeah, bring your A game. Yeah, when you're coming through with Alex, man,
it's not for the weekend.
Yeah, he gonna catch you off guard, man. I'm excited.
Bring your
for
ass,
that.
Nick Adams.
Truth.
This is your episode. This is why he did that, because he knew he's been listening. He's been listening 169-ish times, and he's like, you know what? I could fuck with Ed by doing this. So Ed's I'm gonna keep bringing you up, Nick.
Yeah, Nick Adams, man. I can't wait to see. At some point, we're gonna run into you, Nick Adams. You know what I mean?
We probably already did.
Yeah.
Don't. Oh shit! Sorry, we had a police knock.
Yeah, that.
Every few episodes, we have one of these moments where we think the cops are coming, and we're not even doing nothing illegal. It's just we conditioned. You know what I mean? You knock hard enough, you will scare a brother.
Hey, man, Childish Gambino dropped "This Is America" today, man. Check that out. Like, yeah, you'll see why we got the jitters out here. But June 16th at Arcade Comedy, Alex Tapula will be down there. If you're looking for tickets, that's arcadecomedytheater.com. And as always, again, man, until further notice, man, Mindful Brewing is going to be down there bringing out some delicious shit for you to drink. So it's BYOB. All of our shows are BYOB, and sponsored by Mindful Brewing. So bring some, get some, and laugh a little.
And if you're thinking about getting some, then get your ass tickets to the Fresh Fest on August 11th at Threadbare, because we bringing the thunder, yo.
Oh man, Fresh Fest. If you're looking for tickets for Fresh Fest, that's freshfestbeerfest.com, man. We got like 50 brewers, and we got 20 brewers coming from outside of Pittsburgh, from all around the country, black brewers coming in to represent. And then we've got about 30 brewers locally pairing with artists and entrepreneurs in order to collaborate on new projects, beers, T-shirts, food pairings, the whole nine. It's going to be an event, man. It's the first of its kind in Pittsburgh, the first Black Beer Festival presented by Drinking Partners and Black Brew Culture. I'm already halfway into this motherfucking this crowler. We popped these crowlers, man.
Popping crowlers.
But if you're looking for tickets, man, we got a VIP option, $100. Come through. You'll get to meet the brewers first. Get a nice swag bag. There's a podcast going on. You'll get to meet us down there, bullshitting down at Wiggle at the Barrel Room. And then we've got the fest going on at Threadbare right down the street. We're going to have food vendors. We're going to have music. We're going to have 50 brewers. And again, if you're looking for that, that's at freshfestbeerfest.com. T-shirts, memorabilia, the glasses and all that, all those brewfest type things that you're looking for. You can find those at freshfestbeerfest.com, man.
Yeah. Make sure you fall through. Be the change that you'd like to see. We try and bring something different to the city. And I guess to keep in that theme, along with the theme of mindfuckery and all this shit, our guest he brought something to the city that in our lifetimes we hadn't seen.
Yeah. And I'm still not fully convinced if he's Nick Adams or not.
It kind of feels like he left the
you
review.
see how this shit was set up? I'm like,
and we were talking, and I was sitting in there with the guests, and we were talking about how he be having shit planned out long before.
Yeah, because that's that mind fuckery. That's what
us,
if
man.
If he ain't planning ahead, it ain't mind fuckery.
You son of a bitch.
See, we might be sitting with Nick Adams right now.
God damn, but we got a extended family member, Lee Terbosic, in the building to say what up to the
Yeah.
people.
What's up, man? Good to see you guys.
Nice to see you, man. Thank you for that review.
Yeah.
During the day, I'm Nick. I'm Lee Terbosic. At night, on the internet, I'm Nick Adams.
Oh, okay. So you randomly, in addition to doing the magic, you leave random Yelp reviews.
Yep.
There's got to be some company that leaves Yelp reviews. Like, hey, pay us.
Professional Yelpers.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, that was fuck Nick, man. It's fucking.
He laid that out hard on you guys. That was good.
And what's crazy is I only choose the reviews like right before we record. So the way that lined up, there are no coincidences in life, man. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So what is the reason that you got into what you're into, like into the magic? Like how?
Dude, I just, as a kid, it stopped. It started 10 years old, saw magic, and was hooked. And then it became a career. And here I am.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because, like, here you are again. We were just talking before the Cavs or whatever. Like, the last time you were on was like 43.
I think, I was on episode 43.
The Palomalu episode.
I remember that, yeah.
Palomalu episode. Speaking of sports, a little side cut or whatever. Shout out to LeBron James, man. That shit was fucking amazing.
Do you know how great that is to bring in your birthday with your father? You in Cleveland. Yo, it was crazy. We had the bowling alley.
Damn.
That shit was crazy.
I was cheering and I was looking at it, and it was a game, and it came down to the last, and like my boy Chris was like, you know what the game plan is? Give it to LeBron. And that motherfucker went end to end. He gave the ball.
Salt bayed that shit.
He
salt bayed that
with the floater off the backboard, like with the man. That was beautiful shit, man. I ain't the biggest NBA fan, but that was just beautiful.
But here's the thing. Lee planned that shit because look, we only get to see that type of greatness.
Yeah.
Like, and I get so angry when people just debate the Jordan LeBron thing. It's just like, look, man, we are in the privileged position. I feel like our age group is the best ever created because we get to see things from the past, things now, you know what I mean, how the world's changed. We've gotten to see Michael Jordan and we get to witness LeBron. Like, just enjoy that.
Yeah.
We get to witness a Lee Terbosic. Like, you don't have to compare him to any other. This motherfucker was upside down in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
And it wasn't no terrorist negotiation.
Yeah,
Like,
with Ricky Seaback and Franco. You know what I mean? Like,
Franco was there.
It was crazy as
Rocky
shit.
Blyer,
Yeah, because so that was the last time you were on it was before that. So we haven't had a chance to fanboy about that shit. That shit was crazy as
you,
fuck.
man.
Like,
Thank you,
I remember I didn't get to get down there, but I remember like my whole Facebook, like the whole feed was just motherfuckers blowing up like, yo, I'm downtown. And like live video feeds and the whole city was on fire.
Dude,
when
it was
you did
wild
shit,
that when I did that it was 2016, November 6th, 2006. That was a while ago. Holy shit. That went it went the way it was supposed to.
That was before Ed
you wouldn't
died,
be sitting
you know what I'm
here.
saying?
So I took your death on. This motherfucker planned that. He planned that. He planned for me to die, so he didn't have to.
With the okey doke, like I mean.
No, Houdini 100 was fun, man. There was a lot of work that went into that. I planned that out for 5 years. So
what? Because here's the thing, right? You don't know if that shit is gonna work.
Well,
I mean, you have it planned. But do you know? It's because I mean, when you're up there, like anything can go wrong.
Yes, there was a million things that I was leading up to it. Like there was a zillion things that were going through my mind that could fuck up. One of them, believe it or not, was the weather. Like I like the weather was
it was an overcast, wasn't it?
But no, it was for a November day. It was the best November day you could probably.
Right, I remember like looking at the video. Yeah, if you look back on it, you don't realize that was November.
There
was a time November you weren't outside.
It was snow. know. Yeah.
Yeah. Their whole city, like, because they like blocked off streets and shit.
We had all
like,
the streets blocked off. Yeah, man.
It was like middle of the day too. It wasn't like yeah, I mean, like it was like middle of the day, like a whole fucking thing.
And the amount of people, the thousands of people that came out for it was incredible. The love online, the amount of people that were viewing it around the world, like it was crazy. And if you guys remember, this was 2 days before the election.
I remember that shit because we did our 100th episode right after that.
I think someone proposed that maybe we put Trump up there to see if he could get out. I don't know if that ever came to be, but that would have been cool to see.
True. But like, yeah, I mean that whole atmosphere or whatever, we still thought we were gonna, you know what I mean, have a happy America, and that shit happened. But like,
it's funny though, that day, after it was all done and it went viral around the world. My publicist told me, she's like, hey, like. The Good Morning America wants you to come on, and like we were getting offers, but everything stemmed on like what would happen with Trump. Like, she's like, as long as he doesn't tweet anything crazy, and then figures like that night he tweeted something nuts, and then the feel good story about the magician hanging upside down replicating Houdini's straitjacket escape, that story got washed away real quick because and so I got bumped. So Trump bumped me in a way.
He's been bumping us too.
You know what? But that's an interesting viewpoint. That's something that I've never even thought about or approached. Like how much like positive shit just doesn't
matter. Yeah, it doesn't get it out.
Doesn't get the like
100%, man.
You have to like look for it, man. Like it's there. But like it's so easy. Like negative is what sells.
Negative is what is always on the TV. Breaking news, something negative.
That's what goes viral. It's easy to go viral if it's negative. I mean, like, and as a consumer, if you're just like scrolling through the shit that gets bumped up on your feed, the thing that like trends or whatever is either pop stars or bad shit. And like I said, I mean, like and
he's both. That's what's crazy.
Like, he's a reality. He's the pop star president. That's like, I mean, so like it's and like mental health. Like you really have to like. It's easy to get like down if you're just scrolling through and seeing all the world's ills. Like I've had to take breaks and say, you know what, only good shit.
Yes.
I mean, like only good news. Only
positive vibes only.
Positive vibes only. I mean, that's important. I mean, like how is that like with you, like in a situation like that, like, I mean, like where something hitting you negative, how do you like bounce back and remain positive in the face of that?
It's difficult, man, because there's obviously there's negative all surrounding it all the time. But as a magician, as a performer, I always want to put out a positive message to the fans and just people that support not only me, but any other entertainers around here. So, it sucks to get to get the haters occasionally, but it fuels you.
Yeah.
What is the typical like disposition of a magician? I mean, I only know you.
Yeah.
Like, I almost feel like, and this is not an indictment on you, but I feel like to be able to trick people like that all the time, you gotta kind of be a little bit of an asshole. Like you literally tricking thousands of people.
Yeah. Well, you have
I lie for a living, man.
Yeah. You have to be smarter than the person that you like. At least. It's manipulation. I mean, that's really because that's what we do as comedians.
There's a lot of that goes into
manipulation. So if you're going to manipulate somebody, you have to feel like you have an advantage in some point. So like you said, because comedians are assholes. Like all comedians are assholes. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Like
except for Ed Bailey. I'm not an asshole. I mean, I think it's
169-ish episodes, bro.
I think it's universally recognized outside of Bike Pittsburgh that I'm not an asshole.
Okay, you guys go listen to those other 168-ish episodes, and we'll find that out. I mean, but yeah, I mean, you got to have that kind of like a chip kind of.
Yeah, as a magician, you definitely are always doing some shady shit. So.
Now, with your increased notoriety, because obviously after the Houdini that you were doing, you were at what's it called down in the water?
Oh, I did. So I had a residency
Buster's.
at Dave and Buster's.
And now you have the
and now I have a
52 up close.
I have a new residency at Hotel Monaco.
So now this is more
Hotel Monaco.
consistent. That sounds swag as hell.
Yeah.
That sounds like
It's
them
a
tweets.
I've seen the
Beautiful
pictures,
it's a
man.
beautiful
It
hotel.
looks. I mean,
Yeah.
but you always. I think this is the first time I've actually seen you in
Oh, the
clothes
tweed
that were.
suits. He be having them nice
Yeah,
tails.
the whole ass. Yeah,
Out
with
there
the-
looking like
yeah.
John Dillinger. You motherfucking. I be like, look at this swaggy ass.
Yeah, with the handkerchief with little pocket dip and
Yeah.
shit,
Pocket
like the
square.
mat. Yeah, like I mean, this is I think that
I got to be fresh, man. I definitely.
you
I'm
know
always-
it does look like a crazy ass show down there. Like
Cleanliness
It's fun,
is next
man,
to
yeah.
godliness. Shout out to Money Making Mitch. But like, do you have to interact more? Because now you've consistently had these residencies since. So
Oh,
now you're
yeah,
consistently in everyone's face. Everyone knows you from.
I
the-
get stopped a lot. Definitely get stopped, take photos. You know, it's crazy, but I love it. You know, I definitely love it. It's what I've always wanted for my career, and to be able to do it in Pittsburgh is what I kind of always dreamed about. Like, because being guys that have done the road, you know how grueling that shit gets and what a pain in the ass it is sometimes. And I did it for a decade, and over time, I just wanted to figure out how to bring that idea home. And because I see like the guys like in Vegas,
Right.
like, you got the Copperfields and, you got Chris Angel with the Luxor. So you have magicians that are performing at casinos in Vegas that are residencies. And at the end of the day, I always looked at it as like a casino is just a hotel you gamble at. So why can't a magic show that I love to do, why can't that exist here in Pittsburgh? And so that was what I kind of started with Dave and Buster's, because I had gotten that offer and I was like, this is a great, opportunity to be able to just sink my teeth into this and start. And
Right.
so
National
I did.
chain.
Yeah, national
recognizability
chain,
there.
and I had my own theater and like publicity on it and press, and so I ran that show for 92 performances at Dave and Buster's, and then I wanted to just transition into a show downtown. I wanted to actually be in town at a hotel, and so that's how 52 Up Close kind of really came about. But 52 Up Close actually started in 2011. I did a one-off with my guys at Shop 412.
shout out Shop 412.
Shout out to those guys.
It's a dope ass logo.
We did an event, and it was 52 Up Close, and we did that in 2011. That was when I came up with the idea for the show. We did it there one night, and then after that, I put the show back up on the shelf, and then I came back in 2013 and brought it to the Bricolage Theater downtown.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Bricolage.
Bricolage.
Bricolage,
We've been
amazing.
there before.
Yeah, we've been out
We've
there.
entertained people.
It's a beautiful theater down there, and I did it. So but then when I brought it there in 2013, I wanted to see if that show could like actually run as a theater production.
Yeah.
Like a intermission and that type of shit. And we ran it for an entire week. And then I took the show and put it back up on the shelf and went back on tour. And then in 2016, I took the offer to do Dave and Buster's and did Houdini 100. And then in 2017, I kind of chilled for a little bit. And then this year, and at the end of 2017, last year, is when I brought 52 Up Close to the city.
So what do you think made it a viable thing these days? I mean, like, because this is a thing that you've been working on or whatever.
Yeah.
What about the city has changed that has? You know what I mean, like because like that's the thing that like you'll do something and it might not hit, but then like a little while later, like so what was it?
Yeah, like you're ahead of your time in 2011.
Yeah,
Now people catching on in 2018.
Yeah,
you know
like-
what? It's a combination of things. One, I think the demographic of people that are going out and going out and seeing live performances in downtown Pittsburgh has never been higher.
What is your demographic? What would you say your demographic is?
My-
I mean, don't say everybody. That's the
As a
As
a magician, we do appeal to the masses. Like
Yeah.
magic is one of those arts that just kind of appeals there. Because we were talking about Alex, who I love, Alex, and his comedy's not for everybody.
Yeah.
If you come in and see Alex, I love it. I love watching him.
Yeah.
But magic is one of those things that kind of appeals to everybody. Everybody loves a good card trick, right?
Yeah.
But my audience, because I have an 18 and over show.
Yeah.
So I actually don't want the young kids coming in and seeing me because I have material in it that isn't suitable for them.
Yeah. That's when it gets fun a little bit. I mean,
yeah,
as an adult, like it's cool
it-
when you can see
well,
something with your kids, and that's cool.
That's great.
But it's also cool when you can see some shit without
Without
kids.
them, yeah.
You know?
Well, anything that you can exclude a segment from, which sounds fucked up to say
Yeah.
out loud, but anything where you could be like, nah, this ain't for you.
Yeah.
That's a little more fun.
Yeah.
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 And that's what I wanted to bring the magic, as I didn't want it to be quote unquote kids. I wanted it to be young adults and grandparents, and I get every walk of life that comes to my show every weekend now, and it's been crazy to see these people that are finding out about it and going and like coming up to me and going, hey, like so cool that you have you bring a magic show to downtown Pittsburgh every weekend, and that people can come out and see.
Do you like the term magic?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Magic, magician, sleight of hand. Man, I do a little
Sleight
bit
of hand
I do
sounds a little more swaggy.
It sounds a little
illusionist.
swagger. Yeah.
Sounds,
I guess when you hear the word magic, you think of like a guy doing like making doves appear, right? Is that it?
Or you think of that wand.
You think of the wand.
That looks like a pool stick.
I mean, honestly, man, like what I like Con Man. Like it gives me the Ocean 11 type.
You an asshole.
Yeah.
No, but that's what like because like in like the George Clooney, the Vegas,
Ocean
like
11,
because it's the same thing. It's like a slight. I feel like what you do is a more like on stage condensed version of like an Ocean's 11.
Exactly.
Where
No,
like
you're
you
right.
have the whole, but like that's what Ocean. It's the sleight of hand. It's like it's the misdirect.
If I had to take a movie genre and put it towards what my show at 52 Up Close is, it would be Ocean's 11.
There it- yeah.
Now, which Ocean's 11 character are you?
See, I would be like, I guess I would be like the Matt Damon.
Okay. All right.
Because I would be the guy who would be the pickpocket and the sly motherfucker that's doing this shit.
I thought you were gonna say Danny Ocean. Or
Danny
the,
Ocean.
or the Brad Pitt. What was the?
I forget his name. I'm clearly Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm black. It's just like, look, I ain't really good at anything. But I know every motherfucking thing. I ain't really got nothing to do with the con itself. I'm just involved because,
Yeah, I'm definitely Don Cheadle. Yeah,
You're blowing some shit up.
Yeah. I'm old, I'm bald, and I'm like, you know what? That's not practical. Like you're asking for the impossible. Like I'm gonna bring you back down to earth. But yeah, no, that's really so like how often say if somebody is coming to your show, you know what I mean? Because we run into this like as comedians or whatever, and it's a little different because we have other people up. You know what I mean? Like we bring on, so we're more producers and hosts. So like when they come to see us on a regular basis, it's like we have different talent there. So it's like, but like I tell my friends like, yo, if you see me do a full set like this week, you don't have to come next week to see me because I'm probably going to do something similar. I mean, granted, it might be a little different. It'd be a different audience or whatever. How often do you have to like keep up and change your repertoire in order to like stay relevant? Like,
Well, that's a great question. And I will say like the show that I'm running right now is changed from when I started it. So I debuted it on Friday the 13th of October last year.
Really?
And we ran 32. I did it 32 times last year. 32 performances. We had sold out crowds. It did really really well. But over time, when I took a little break in the winter months here in 2018, I rewrote like probably I would say a third of the show. So out of the 75 minutes, I probably altered about 20-ish, 25 minutes of the show. And now that's what keeps it fun for me.
Yeah.
So, because if I did the same act every night for 52 shows, I would go crazy.
Yeah.
So it is fun for
that
me.
song. Pull that card.
Well, don't get me wrong. There are like I have a couple of tricks or routines in my act that are probably there's like staples.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, like
Yeah.
your Stairway to Heaven types.
Yeah. I'm always tell the crowd I'm black.
Very true.
So I have a few that I keep, but there's parts in the act that I definitely change out.
But so with what you do though, if I come to your show, let's say I come Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see a trick, I could come back next Friday, and it couldn't be just to see the trick. It's like I'm gonna figure this motherfucker's trick out.
Yeah.
How often do you run into that? Where you're like, all right, I was watching.
I just started to experience this because I just had a woman who has seen me for 3 times now. She's come 3 different occasions, and I'm going, wow, okay. Like I definitely have to start maybe considering that.
Yeah.
But I will say this: each show from night to night definitely changes because of the audience.
Right.
Yeah.
And the audience interaction and like so every night the cards change, the outcomes are different.
Yeah.
Yes, there are maybe 1 or 2 things that if you came one night on Friday and you came back and see on Saturday, you may see 1 or 2 things and go, okay, like you saw it coming because you've already seen it.
Yeah.
But like, there's no way I can really do anything against that. But
but you still didn't figure out how I did it.
you're still not going to figure it out. That's the thing. Like, you would probably have to see. And my girlfriend, she's seen some of these, routines that I do. She's seen them 30 times and she doesn't know how they're done.
Yeah.
And
my fiance hates you. I just wanted to be because she's like, I fucking hate.
and
not
she's
being able
sleeping
to
with me and I won't tell her how they're done.
Yeah,
So-
because she's
No,
like,
your girlfriend, not his fiance.
Yeah, like my fiance hates you because she's like, I hate not knowing how he does it. Like, I mean, like she can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And she's one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life, and she's like, I just can't stand it. Like, so like,
it does drive people nuts.
She goes like, because she's forced to like see you whenever we work together or whatever, like the shows, and she's like, I can't fucking like, nah. It's crazy.
Because it blows her mind.
It does, no, yeah, because she can't figure it out. Yeah, I mean, like, and that's the thing, like,
And that's why I don't fuck with you.
Uh-huh.
You're not gonna be blowing my girl's mind. No, you're not gonna be just blowing my girl's mind. Man. Nah, I'm not gonna be there with you blowing her mind. What type of man am I?
So how much like say how much spontaneity, ad lib, and like read and reaction to the crowd do you have to do in this field?
I do a
Because
lot,
like
yeah.
like you said, I mean, like, well, people see like they're like, oh, well, you just got your tricks, you do your tricks, and you get off stage or whatever. Like with and with comedy, like we're always trying to like read and react. So with this, like, how do you
52 is more. I have a lot of like, I guess, a little bit of impromptu and flex and what I do. Don't get me wrong, I have some scripted stuff throughout my show that I have memorized. But it's more the show, even though it's 52 up close, it's more about the people. It's the 52 people that are there.
Because you got a lot a comedy in.
I do,
like, it's very like you're a very entertaining person.
I put a lot
but
of
you're
different
also
elements in
like very like the first time I saw you was down at Cativo. We did an event way back, like I think maybe 5 years ago, and like you opened up for like this charity event or whatever, and like it was like comedy, like half of it was jokes, and like I was like, oh, this dude, like.
Well, I was a comedy magician throughout when I was touring colleges, and then. But I wanted to focus more. A comedy will always be a part of my act. It is. But I wanted to more or less showcase more of the sleight of hand and the element of storytelling with magic. That's the thing I love. I love being able to tell the story of what I do. And
so, like, what is the story like? Yeah, I mean, when you say like,
I talk about a little bit throughout the performance. I talk a little bit how me personally, I got into magic and became a magician at the age of 10, and reading books and going to the Carnegie Library. So I have a little hometown feel to it.
Yeah.
I talk about the how our brains work with when you're seeing and watching magic. So I give a little twist on that. I tell the story of Houdini 100 and how that came about. So I take you on kind of this little roller coaster of like magic, and I do put a lot of comedy in the act. There's a lot of jokes. But at the end of the day, I always want to keep my audience on the edge of their seats.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I keep them on their edge of the seats, and I always leave them wanting more. And that was my two things I'm always trying to do.
So at what point do you feel like you got to a point where you were confident in the show part of this show? Because the magic itself, I mean, the sleight of hand, the illusionism, like if you can do that, everyone sitting in the crowd can't do that. So you're going to captivate a certain segment just with that. But to create a show and an ongoing show
in a residency is a lot of work and there's so many, and like I joke, but like I don't really sleep, man. I work 24 hours on this shit. I live it, man, every day.
Well, I showed up. He was playing with the cards. I asked him, I said, so how often do you just have?
I put a lot. I put thousands and thousands of hours into this every. It definitely the production element. There's production. There's there's the marketing of the show. There's the magic itself in the show. The material in the show. The scripting. The look. There's so many different facets to it. But pulling it all together is the fun part for me. It's building it and putting it and finding the pieces of the puzzle. Much like how when I was putting Houdini 100 together, I had to figure out how to block all the streets and how to hang upside down and I trained my body. And
so you don't partner with the city when you're talking about blocking streets and stuff like that? You like really you have to present that with the plan. Like, look, Here's what I want to do. I want it to be here. I need these.
Yes.
Oh,
Yo, yeah.
man, I thought
There's
they figured that out for you.
No, I had because I explained to them like, yo, I want to do it exactly at the corner of Wood Street and Liberty. I'm going to need Liberty shut down at this corner. I'm going to need it shut down at this corner from these times. We're going to need barricades. I'm going to need, I need ambulance, because I have to have an ambulance there. I got to have tent. There's like a zillion things you got to, you don't even think you think of. And then you realize that then you got to get all these permits and like, there's a ton of things like bullshit. You got to, not bullshit, but like, it's just paperwork.
You're
sometimes.
technically qualified to run for Congress.
I do.
You have to put that together. Like I could work in some department or something with some shit. No, that's good. So like with the showmanship, I would say you obviously would come second to, you got to have the magicianship. Is that
I would. Yeah, you got to have the back. I've been a magician since I was 10, so I've been doing it for 2.5 decades.
So what about Lee? Let you know that you would be able to handle a residency? Like, what about you within yourself? It's like, look, I can captivate people. Because, again, people are waiting for the punchline. Like with us, they're waiting for the punch.
Yeah.
But it's everything in between. It's the filler that makes it a great show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And people are waiting for you to fail. That's the thing.
That is
like,
the thing
everybody wants as an
wants
entertainer. It's the same thing when we go to derbies. We're saying when we go to like daredevils. Even as comedians, like people want to heckle. Like people are waiting for you to fail. Like they want a moment. Like, oh shit, I was there.
And that's kind of what I think what the appeal is to watching when I did Houdini 100 when I was hanging upside down. It's like, well, what if he falls?
What the fuck?
Or what if he screws up?
That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
I know. Thousands of y'all is looking
but that
for
brings
me
us
fall.
back to the negativity online, right? Like that's our kind of our culture in a way.
But like, tell me, you still didn't of all the confidence you have in yourself, man.
Yeah.
There's that. Here's my thing. I'm gonna just say it. If you were 100% confident that it was never going to do anything other than what you said it was, I would consider you an idiot. It had to be at least 99.999, but it had to be like a 0.0. Like, I mean, because anything can happen.
I was extremely confident going into it, but at the same time, yes, I did have that one little percent. Like, I hope this goes the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, like, so when you're up there, like, what does that feel like? Like,
that was an incredible experience. That was amazing to be when I got linked in at the ankles and lifted straight up. We stopped me about like 30 feet up because we recreated the photo that it was based on.
Right.
So we did that, and then when that was done, so I'm already hanging there for like 2.5 minutes. Then they beamed me. Then the crane beamed me over the audience, and that's when you heard the audience go, "Ooh!" And I could feel the energy coming up to me, and I'm hanging there like in a straitjacket, but I could feel that energy. And then when I started to go up and up to the 100 feet up, I could feel the people that vibe.
The crowd of
like
people
roller coaster.
crazy.
It's like a roller coaster.
People
Yeah.
were loose, they were
Kick.
nervous, and I could tell that they were nervous for me.
Yeah.
And I was feeding off that.
Yeah.
Because I knew what I was trying to accomplish was happening.
Yeah.
And
some of them were nervous for you. Some of them was trying to catch you. Like some of them was like, "Ooh, all right, if he come, I'm gonna save his life.
I'm gonna catch him like a baby.
I'm gonna save his life."
Hey, that's why I had Franco Harris there.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. That was why.
If there was a man on the planet,
he would get me. He would catch my head like a little football.
Right as it's
pause,
right before it skis to the ground.
I knew I had somebody there to get me.
He even ran to Liberty Avenue and spiked you.
Spiked my head. But no, it was. And when I was hanging up there, when I was 100 feet up, I told myself I was going to take like 20 seconds to just hang there and look up and down the street.
Take it in.
To just take it in. Because I knew I was never going to have that opportunity again.
Yeah.
And, you can watch it, replay it back on video, and it's never going to feel the same to me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I captivated that moment for me. And then that's when I was ready to start performing the stunt and trying to get the hell out of the damn thing.
Yeah.
And if you remember, at the very end, when the straitjacket drops to the ground, the crowd goes insane.
Yeah.
And I whipped out a terrible towel upside down and spun it. Like, people were fucking
Yeah, that almost ruined it for me.
And it's right, Cleveland guy, I forgot.
I was in my office, like, yeah.
And when I talk about Houdini 100, when I perform in 52 Up Close, there's a segment of it. I play the video, and you'd be surprised how many people start clapping when the terrible towel comes out.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, yeah.
I would be surprised. It's Pittsburgh. We love our motherfucking Steelers out
Steelers,
there.
assholes. You could just open the show with just a photo of a terrible towel, and people will start clapping. Like, all right. And you could strategically fold a terrible towel on video, and you get about 1,000 likes.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna have to start taking that on stage. Like when I start bombing them, be like, so who likes to? Like, you know what I mean? So you had said before, like, I mean, it's a 24-hour thing for you or whatever, and that's the thing. Like with this, what we're in as entertainers or whatever, it is like a 24-hour thing. Like you can always be working.
Yes,
but the thing is that you have to cut it off at some point, or else it'll just consume you.
It does,
you know
yes.
what I mean?
And that is.
So, what are some of the ways that you kind of like separate, you know, the work from, because like a 9 to 5 is a 9 to 5, and you might have some overtime, you might have some, but there's a clear separation. But like when you're in entertainment, if you're at a party,
I'm always
people
on.
or somebody, you're always I mean,
on,
like
man.
you can never really be comfortable.
and see, your shit
in various.
can be on demand.
I'm
too.
on all.
Yeah.
Someone
the
can
time.
ask for a card trick.
All-
Like,
and I
you
do. That's
can't
why I have
ask
a deck
me
of cards
for a
with
joke.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone can ask for a
Yeah,
card
Oh
trick.
no, they'll ask you for a joke. Like
Yeah,
you'll
but
be out at the bar and be like, "Yo, tell me something funny." Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to be able to be like,
No,
"No,
yeah.
My favorite response is your face.
Yep. That's a good
See,
one, man.
when he just remember whenever y'all was talking about he ain't an asshole. I'm just saying, 169ish.
You an
episodes.
asshole for asking me that. I'm chilling in the corner with a cup of Hennessy. You talking about, yo, you on now? Ed Bailey, you on now? Your face.
169ish episodes.
But no, as a magician, I'm always on.
Yeah.
So I'm like a Boy Scout with this shit. I'm usually prepared. But you know, occasionally, like when I do my way of like getting away from the business and being a performer and entertainer is I'll put into my schedule a week or two where I don't have to go be a magician and maybe a comedian and perform. So I do take some breaks occasionally. I build those into my calendar every year. I love to just go travel and and have it not be magic related.
Yeah, I mean, like, but like, you have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's a relationship.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a relationship isn't going to just sit by while you're, on your phone or your computer and doing business 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So, like the day to day, like, because, like, for me, like, I try to just, like, after 5 o'clock, I'm like, all right, unless it's important, then it could wait to the next day. And that's so hard.
That is hard to
because
do. Yeah.
Everything is important.
Everything is important.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so like, and like, so how do you maintain a relationship when you're on the job 24/7? You know what I mean?
That is a hard question to answer because it is such a feel thing for me. I'm notorious that when I'm at, if I go to dinner with me and my girlfriend, the phone stays in the pocket. Like it's not on the table. We're not on our phones. We converse, we talk about what we're doing that day or what we've been doing or what we got coming up because we want to enjoy our time together.
Yeah.
But when I can work, I can work. But I definitely like to take some breaks in my calendar that aren't just solely focused on always producing content and being on.
Those type of gestures are appreciated. Like if you can position like, all right, look, I took this week and we can do whatever.
Yes.
Like I think she would appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if your lady works say 9 to 5, so while she's doing her 9 to 5, you could do the bulk of your
My girlfriend's
interaction.
incredible, man. She's a nurse at Children's Hospital.
Ooh,
in the-
so that's just
in the
that's rough in
NICU.
itself
Shout out
because they
to
can bring a
nurses.
lot of that home too.
Teachers, mothers, and nurses are the hardest working
Well, hold
people on
on.
the planet.
She's
man.
also a professor at Carlo.
Oh,
So she's a teacher. She's a nurse in the PICU at the Children's Hospital with kids that and she's back in school. She's working on her doctorate at Robert Morris.
Yeah.
My alumni. Shout out to Robert Morris University.
So she's busy.
So
She's
y'all, what y'all
extremely
trying to do?
busy.
What
Yeah.
y'all trying to build like a Kennedy type shit.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to build
You know what's
like
really funny? 'Cause she just watched the entire biography on the Kennedys.
Yeah.
On
Is there a
JFK.
docu-series going on? or
Yeah, she
something?
watched it every single. She was fascinated by it, man. She
I
loved it.
I need to get that. All right,
She
I
was
need to watch
absolutely-
that because
she
I know
highly
it's-
recommended it to me.
so
I
it's-
watched a little bit of it too.
See, I'll
so.
be late. Like I know some shit's coming. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch that when it come out, and then it'd be like months later, be like, yo, when that gonna come out? Be like,
Yeah.
no, that came
Yeah.
out, bro.
Now it's on Netflix.
We already there's been reaction videos, spoilers,
Nigga,
all the shit is
it's
happening.
May. Like I swear it was December a month ago. Like,
So let's get into the production side because we had a discussion earlier, and I'm interested in the production of, because obviously now being in the production of comedy shows, I'm looking and I'm like, all right, we have a certain formula that we try to stick to, but now with the magic show, I don't know what that formula is. And we talked about.
I was up till I did my show last night. I got off at 9:40. So I do a show at 8:00. It runs 75 minutes. I got off right around probably like maybe 9:30. And we started a little, and when the show was over, I literally had to because the room that I'm in, it's the Roberto Clemente suite at the hotel, so I get to share that room with the hotel. So every weekend, every Friday and Saturday, that room becomes a theater for me.
Man, I just wrote a quick I'm gonna make sure I remember this shit. I've been drinking all this mindful over here, but like you said, taking actual time and sitting it out, and I haven't had a date night in a while.
Yeah, man.
So everything you're saying. This is a great date night show.
Every woman listener that we have is mad at you right now.
Yeah, like the Hotel Monaco. As soon as I say that to I'm hoping she doesn't hear this. Because she writes all her copy edit. She listens to every episode.
What you mean you hoping she don't hear this?
Yeah, I hope she skips. Fucked. I'm hoping she skips over this part or whatever. But this is gonna be the day because man, as soon as I be like Hotel Monaco, she'll be like, oh my god, it's sounds like
you lost several arguments, bro. You just made an admission. And she's got it recorded, and she's editing that admission. She gonna up the sound and shit. You fuck, bro.
She's gonna be playing this one back.
Remember date night? Remember date night?
But yeah, 52 man is it's a great date night activity in the city, who wouldn't want to go see a really cool magic show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's different elements of production in the show. I have a live feed video that hangs over the stage, and it zooms in on my hands. So I'm sitting at a desk for about 40% of the show. I'm at a desk performing, and some people, if you're in the first two rows, you're so close to me, you can see the cards.
Yeah.
But if you're a row or two back, you can use the screen that's behind me. I have a 75-inch LCD flat screen television that's transmitting the video from what you're seeing on my hands on the table. So you can watch along there, and you can see every move, everything I'm doing with the deck of cards or whatever I'm working with, precisely pristine clear. And I also have video transitions that are in the show. There's lighting transitions in the show. There's music in the show. There's a lot. There's mentalism. I do mind reading in the show. There's different elements of just it's just not all card tricks.
Whoa! You do mind reading?
We do some mind reading in the show. We can do some of it right now if you really wanted to.
Man.
Good, but then I don't know.
This is recorded. I don't know if I want my mind read right now.
The Days Woman who edits the podcast. Out this dude.
You know what I do though? So when I do other media, when I do radio,
that's gonna be cool shit. Last time you were here, you fucking freaked me the fuck out with those goddamn the dice and shit.
Oh, the dice thing.
That shit was wild
shit.
So, and then he came through. Remember, he came through with the Mona Lisa. I definitely want.
Did you guys did see the thing I did with the Penguins?
Yes.
With Melkin and Kessel on stage.
That's actually where my question was going to, as far as because we had the discussion about now you produce, you do all this production. I'm assuming you do run throughs, and then every now and again you get a hiccup, you get thrown a curveball, and you still got to make this illusion work because I'd imagine with everything you do, there's a process. So with every joke I have, there's a quote unquote process. There's a beginning of it, there's whatever, and then there's a punch. And with you, there's a process that may have begun before. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no. Just like what Nick did with his process of dropping that quote on you guys, and then at the very end, he had to go back and read it. No, as a magicians, I definitely think shit out pretty far in advance.
I like how he spoke of himself
talking
in the third person.
He got a Kevin Durant Yelp review profile.
Like that random guy Nick, whoever he may be.
But so the thing with the Penguins though, they approached me because I had done their event a couple years in a row, and I would go into the locker room before it, and I would do some magic for Sidney Crosby and Malkin, those guys,
dropping names because you know people.
Those dudes, I was warming those guys up for what they were going to go do.
Yeah,
I was getting them, hyped.
So wait, but this was before a game?
This was an event called Night of Assists. So it's a big charity event. It's like $1,000 a ticket to get in. Like it's crazy. And so the Pens, they come out and they're like, dealers at card games, and they do different things. But for me, they bring me in to perform for the Penguins and get them, kind of energized
so
up.
You are the entertainer for the entertainers.
Exactly.
Like,
kind of in a way.
I mean?
Yeah, and then but I will come out. But they wanted the for this year, they wanted me to do a show for the entire arena. So for everybody there, so I was the headliner. So this year I was like, okay, so I'm going to do the stuff for the guys in the locker room, and then I'm going to come out and do something on stage. And when we would talk for all the production element, they had me, they showed me the plot and where the stage was going to be, and it was going to be on one end of the arena, meaning everybody was going to be in front of me. Which when I'm designing what I'm going to do on stage for those 15 minutes, I'm picking stuff that makes sense for my location.
Yeah, right. Because you got to be cognizant of position.
Yeah. I got to know angles, and I want to make sure that everybody can see what I'm going to be doing, and appeals. So 24 hours before that event, I talked to the production people, and they said, hey, by the way, the stage, it got moved. And it's now going to be in the center of the arena, and you'll be 360. And it was funny how they said it, because they thought they were like doing me a favor, and I'm like, oh my god, you just made my life so
it's
much
like
more
Instagram.
difficult.
You gotta know your angles.
Stop booking shit you don't understand. Ask for art. Listen, ask for artist input. There's nothing wrong with that. If you got to make a change, ask for how this is going to change.
Yeah, artists know we know the battles, because we know what's going to work because we've been in those situations. But now as a magician, and you're being told that you're going to be performing for not only the Pittsburgh Penguins and all those guys and all these people that are dropping some mad coin to be at this event, but now you got to do it in the round.
Because I mean, that's the thing, like with comedy or whatever, like we have, like when we do jokes, we're looking at it like I mean, there's and it's kind of 2D in a sense. You know what I mean? But like if we make a face and you're right behind me,
you can't see
you're not going to see the face that I'm making. You know what I mean?
And if you're doing a magic trick or an illusion and there's shit you're not supposed to see, like you're fucked on every other angle. But so that was the thing that came up, and so I had to transition, and I had to make a curveball, and I had to make a decision, and so I scrapped my entire act. And I literally came up with
the day of, the day before,
20 with less than 24 hours.
Jesus.
So I put together a completely different set.
For the Penguins, like, I mean, like you scrapped your whole set the day before.
Because it was Malkin and it Malkin and who else?
I had Kessel and Malkin on stage, and that was the other thing. I didn't know who I was going to have because they wanted it to feel impromptu. And I'll explain, because whenever we were starting off the process of, hey, we want you to do some stuff on stage, I actually threw out the idea of making Sidney Crosby levitate. And they were all about it, but then it got run up the chain, and the
levitation ain't in his contract.
Well, that's the thing.
He can't levitate. He can't play basketball. Like, you can't do certain shit.
They were worried that like maybe he could get hurt.
Exactly.
And
that's
so
what I'm saying. That's why he can't
so that
play
ran up the
basketball.
chain to the the GM, and I was gonna have to jump on a phone call and say, no, like I'm not gonna hurt Sidney Crosby. But then I started to think about it, and I said, you know what, my luck. I would levitate Sidney Crosby in front of everybody, and then he would go into a point drought. And then he's very superstitious, and then I would get kind of blamed for that. Right. So I was like, you know what? Instead of levitating Sid, how about I levitate like Selena Pompiani? And so I threw that idea, because she does the Pens hosting, and I thought that would look really good on stage. And then whenever they told me that everything had changed, I scrapped all those ideas and I went for a completely different set. And then that's when we figured out that like. When I was on stage, like I said, I didn't know what Penguins I was going to get, because Dan Potash, he picked the guys randomly. He closed his eyes and put his hands on guys' shoulders.
You got two good ones. You got Kessler and Malkin.
I got Kessel and Malkin, and I loved
man, fucking people love Kessel, man. He's got a whole like cult following.
He does, man.
Kessel is good at hockey.
I got memed pretty hard during that event though.
Yeah, he's like the one bearded.
Yeah, the bearded dude that you see with the blank stare, like I mean, all the meme.
The bearded dude from the Steelers, the bearded.
Kiesel.
Yeah. Kessler, Kiesel.
I know. It took me a while, before I distinguished the two. I was
okay, cool. I thought it was just me.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Might be a little racist, but
I was gonna say it was. I got the whole Cleveland thing to fall back on, just because you is just look. You from here is because you black. You don't know the difference. We don't have a lot of black people who have K's that start their last name.
I mean, and we hang out as beer industry. We hang out with a lot of bearded white dudes. So, I mean,
that is true. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like he made
and
a
lot of
mean ass
acoustic
IPA.
musicians with beards too.
Excuse us. We apologize. But yeah.
So how do you? So who the fuck you think you are that you just gonna levitate somebody? Like I'm gonna levitate Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, you got to run through like insurance and shit. Like, is levitation covered?
What
you know what? Like,
gumption you gotta have? Like, yo, let me levitate you, fam.
Because yo.
Well, they wanted me to do something big, so I throw out big shit. You know, I was like, I can make this happen.
Like I feel emasculated when a motherfucker picks me up. Like if a big dude
that
I
if a
see
motherfucker
and picks you up, like give me a hug, you know what I mean? I feel emasculated when you actually use your body to pick me up. If you pick me up with your mind, the fuck? I can't even
in front of people.
Yeah, in front of people, you gonna just pick me up like by thinking about
Just
it?
gonna levitate Sid the kid. God damn.
Yeah, that's got to be emasculating. Like,
I stayed away from it. I didn't want to cause like a point drought or some shit happen.
Right,
you know?
right.
yeah.
So so I went with a completely different set. And everything went the way it was supposed to. And like those guys were like, were great, and blew their minds on stage. And it was, but I had to back to the production element. I had a live feed video as well up
right.
there. So I had a camera guy that was able. So I was able to, even though I had to pivot and make up something new for the show, I was able to use the tools that I was given to make the most of it.
Yeah, and it's funny because those two individuals are the tools because like the trick with the mark on the hand.
I did the X thing, and I did it on both of them.
Out.
So I did it. So I changed it because normally I just do it for one person, but because I had two guys up there, like, and I didn't know that I was going to get two guys. Like he just went, "Hey, you're going to stay, and you're going to stay, and you're going to help Lee, and you're going to be on stage with Lee." And I was like, "Oh shit, here we go." And so instead of just doing it to just Malkin or just because I went, "Screw it, I'm going to do both." So I drew two X's on my hand and was able to pull them off and throw them, and it appeared in both their hands, and it was pretty crazy. But their reactions, like Malkin was like staring at his hand the entire time, like he was like,
and them
mind
shits
fucked.
move on their hands too, right?
It comes off my hand. Yeah.
I don't understand.
It was like he was like, and like throughout the entire, like, so I had a couple things after that, and throughout that entire stuff, the rest of the stuff I was doing, he kept looking at his hand, so I kept like doing callbacks to it, and like was like, he's still captivated by it, and the people were feeding off it.
Yeah,
and it was really funny. So, and afterward, like Mario, as I was walking by, Mario gave me like the pound. Did
he explode it after the pound?
He just gave me like one of those. Okay. Like, dude, gave me one of the like the wink and the gun type shit.
Yeah,
like, but
he gave you the 8-figure pound. 8-figure pound just stops there. Yeah, anything less than 8 figures, you do the explosion afterwards. But 8 figures, like, nah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah, I feel like you won't get an invite to the crib at some point. Man. I mean,
I'm trying to get Mario to the show.
We was talking to Zach.
Zach. Yeah, when he showed up or whatever. Man, I need to get in Penguins.
So I think that's okay. So we got to write our 2019 goals. We got to write these down. As a unit, and we got to put the Mario Lemieux.
Yeah.
Like I'll put on listen. We could be like Mario. Listen. And look, I know a lot of people gonna listen to us and be like, "Oh man, y'all, whatever." But we will be the two dudes from Coming to America. we will do that, and just be telling random jokes and sitting on swings with your daughter, mad formal on the swing.
Yeah, that's the 2019 wish list, man. Like that's the goals. We gonna get a fist bump from Mario in 2019. I mean, we go, and we definitely gonna heavily use your motherfucker. Hey, yo, we know Lee, right?
Hey, if you need an extra X, have you ever been contracted for things that have nothing to do with magic? Like, hey man, can you change the settings on my phone so like when my girl go through it and read some other shit, like it's all text messages from my mama?
Yeah, like do people think you could just like do anything?
Yeah, a lot of people think I can just do anything.
Like, do people believe it? Like, have you been like, okay, so have you had like religious zealots that think like you're really like stealing their souls?
Yes.
And like, is there a backlash of people that think that you're like the devil and this is yeah
they do they really think I'm like some like devil or super gifted or something. Like, no, everything I do is it's an entertainment.
But like, I mean, like, dude, like do you get?
They think I'm in the X-Men. They think I'm part of the X-Men. I think. Yeah, like I'm Gambit or something.
Like, how do you stop yourself from building a cult? You know what I mean? Because like I feel like
why do you stop yourself?
Yeah, because I feel like there's two types of people that will actually believe it. They'll believe it and hate you for it and be like, no, that's against God's will. Mm-hmm. And then there are people that will believe it and be like, I just want to follow you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so how do you handle that?
I've had a couple random people like literally like shun me because they thought like I was the devil because I practice magic, like, and I'm like, no, it's not what you think. Like, I do card tricks, like
until you levitate the kid, and then it's like, hold on, fam. Like, is there a barometer of not jokes? I'm sorry, I'm thinking from a comedian. But is there a barometer of of tricks where, all right, this is acceptable for all. This one, you got to have a certain level of open-mindedness. This one, you got to be like open-minded to everything.
Yeah, I would say nothing. Not everything appeals to like everybody. Like, there are certain instances where I wouldn't do a certain thing. Yeah, like whether
so you have to read your crowd.
You read your crowd for sure.
Wait, there's some tricks that you wouldn't do in front of certain audiences.
I would say so.
Great, yeah.
I would say so.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I guess I was thinking just say like material wise, like I mean, if you're talking like we were talking earlier about the kids or whatever, but like actual like like performances,
depending
like,
upon who the audience is. Like if I'm going and doing a corporate event, I'm gonna cut like a lot of stuff. There's certain stuff I'm not gonna do.
Yeah.
Maybe just because one, I want to appear squeaky, like more cleaner,
right?
Or so you're maybe playing that angle, or maybe the audience, maybe they're okay. And this is what I would say is like, say if there's a bunch of mathematicians in the room. I want to fuck with them with a math trick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to blow their mind with something that's math related. Or, there's an engineer society, I'm performing for an engineer. I'm going to do something, that appeals to them. So therefore I might go the other direction material wise.
So
I definitely do whatever I'm working on. I'm definitely like, whoever the client or my audience is, I'm swapping out stuff that would make sense for them.
Yeah.
Just like how you guys, when you're on stage, you're probably editing, a joke or two, or you're thinking,
read and react.
I'm reacting. This audience isn't maybe feeling this one. I'm going to go this direction.
So tell us, because I know that, like I said, the corporate events or whatever, we as drinking partners have been trying to like break into the corporate atmosphere or whatever for a while now or whatever.
We just say too much fuck shit.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, actually, like, because we actually have a lot of, I mean, like, when we first got into it, we couldn't do corporate shit.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't. Yeah, I mean, as we develop, like, we do have like the ability to host and like produce and like, I mean, put on a show for anybody. Yeah, I mean, like we do the high mark first night or whatever.
Yep,
like we
I'll
go
be there. I
of,
might be there this year. I've done it in the past.
Yeah,
I've
I mean,
done some years in the past.
So like it's like with actual kids and we produce shows that like I mean have like you bring kids to or whatever. That's not our mainstay.
Yeah,
but we have that ability. So like I was talking to a friend the other day or whatever. I'm like trying to explain to him the difference from a show where you as the guy that they tap on the shoulder and say, hey, we got this budget, put this show together. The show that you put together as that guy that is working at your job versus if you tap somebody that is an actual entertainer and producer or whatever that'll put on a show or whatever is completely different. Yeah, I mean, like for that, and like it's advantageous to your crowd. I mean, so like I guess because I'm drunk right now and you haven't been drinking. Explain to the folks what you get when you say tap a drinking partners or a Lee to do a corporate event versus you just trying to do it yourself.
So when I get hit up by corporate, I do a lot of corporate events throughout the year. I've been doing corporate since I would say 16. I started doing company events like for every facet of a corporate. I've performed at trade shows around the country. Trade shows, like, and trade shows are interesting because like I'm a gunslinger in a way where I'm a trained assassin to just get people to come into their booth using my craft. And so what I would do is I would develop magic for that company. I would customize it. Like I would put the company's name and logo, I'd work it into the scripting and what I was performing. And that way, so the client, they're getting what they want. They're getting branding and they're getting their name out there and they're constantly getting foot traffic. And what I'm getting is I'm going to just do magic and I'm just customizing a little bit for the client and keeping them very happy and they're keeping me very happy by taking care of me.
Right.
But then that's a trade show. And then a different element would be say a sales meeting. Sales meeting is a completely different set of circumstances because then you're on a huge stage and you have all these people that are sitting out there, they just watch this entire program about their company and what they're doing that year. And then, hey, now they bring out the entertainment and they bring you out and, and so then you're there to entertain them. You know what I mean? Whereas the other trade show, I'm there to try to sell. Yeah. I'm trying to sell this company to come in and, learn about them, you know? So there's different facets to the corporate market. But building a show for the corporate market, it really just depends on what their budget, if what they want, and how how crazy. Hence, like when I was working with the Pens, they came at me and they said, well, what's something big that you could do to headline this big event this night? And at first I was like, well, do you want me to hang from the ceiling of PPG? Like we'll do the straight jacket escape. I'll hang from PPG, but like that wasn't in the budget, so we we come back down a little bit. So
I'll levitate your captain.
But I levitate the captain, like, and then that got run up the chain, and I was like, I'm gonna, I don't have to explain everything. So I had to just bob and weave with the client. So, but the corporate market's a fun market. It's financially it's great, but that's one of the markets though has a lot of swings with the economy. That like if you're asking questions on like the booking process, like how the economy does really affects what the corporate market does.
They got extra money to throw to that situation, because like I was sitting here listening to you. I'm thinking like, damn, that's a rough room to walk into. Like, we've been sitting through a whole sales presentation. It's in through a whole PowerPoint.
Yeah, and that's their
this person isn't necessarily. This person isn't necessarily great at this. They just have this high position. They got the knowledge.
That's why you got to come out with energy.
And then you come out and like, all right, well, we're gonna pivot to magic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that I don't know. I mean, like, I like in those corporate settings, how much. And that's what my real question was, like how much, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I guess how much discretion do you have in the
right?
Because like because again, like with your show, it's your show.
Yes.
You do that. Even with like venues that we work with, we have to work with the venue in a sense. And like the more like the bigger we get and the more like we have more discretion in what we do.
Yes.
And like I look at like I've been to trade shows and like corporate events or whatever, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is trash as shit. Like I could do a much better job. I mean, like, but the people that are making this thing happen are people that they're not producers.
They're not. No,
they're just the guy that got
are.
Yeah, they're just the guy that got a budget.
So what I'll do normally is I will always ask my client before I ever step on stage. I say, where do you want me?
Yeah.
Do you want me at PG-13? Do you want me at PG?
Yeah, that's
huge.
Do
you want me in an R, or do you want me in a triple X? And you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then whatever they say is where I go.
Yeah.
And because at the end of the day, it's all about keeping the client happy.
Yeah.
Because they're bringing you in, they're taking care of you, and they're probably going to bring you back at some point. So you never want to burn those bridges. So what I will always do is I always want to know where they want me, and that really dictates how far I'm going to push the audience is where I'm going to take them.
Yeah.
That was be my best advice, is to always get that up front.
Yeah, because I'm thinking just like the flow, because like you said with your show, like with the Hotel Monaco or whatever, I mean, like you have a flow.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's the thing, is that's so weird. Like like we build a flow. I mean, there's an energy, there's an arc. Like when we put like guests on, there's this comic goes here because this is where the energy is, and we're looking at energy flow. Like you said, with the crowd, when you were up there, you could feel that. As entertainers, we actually feel and feed off the energy of the crowd. I mean, that is a real thing that I didn't fully understand until I got on stage. So like, with a corporate event, you're looking at like how much, do you have the ability to build that flow, that flow versus them just saying, you know what, you got 45 minutes right here, and it doesn't matter what's going on or afterwards or whatever. You just got to come up and perform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I always want to get them out of their seats. That's one of the first things I always do. I wrote a bit years ago where I would fake a standing ovation. I did a fake standing ovation. I started doing this when I was like 14 with a Polaroid camera. And the bit was like I would come out and I would say, I need everybody to stand up. And so instantly, there's people that have been sitting there for like hours, right? So now they're standing up and they're following my instructions. And I would have all the ladies put their hands together like this, and have all the gentlemen put their hands like this, right? And I'd say, you're probably wondering why I'm having you do this. It's because my grandmother's my biggest fan. She always wants to know where I'm performing, and I told her I was going to be here with you guys, right? I said, and then I go, I bet her $100 that today with you guys that I would get a standing ovation. And then I pull out a camera and I start taking photos, and people instantly just start cracking up because they know, like, oh, he's setting this shit up, and it's just a joke. It's just a beat, And so, and then I say, okay, thanks, and they sit down, and but in that moment, I've already done a lot of stuff. One, I've gotten them comfortable with me. They see where the comedy that's going to be a part of the show and kind of my personality. 2, I've gotten them out of their seats, so they've got the blood flow back, and they're now engaged with me.
Yeah.
And I think when you're building a show, the energy and the engagement is such an important process and such an important element that you have to always consider. And when I was building 52, I kept these things very much in play.
Yeah.
I'm very aware that you're coming into a classy hotel, you're walking up these steps, you're coming in, the music playing is handpicked by me. Just the whole ambiance so that I set up that you're it's almost like you're going down the rabbit hole. And you can't wait to see what's next.
Once you step, once you pull into the parking lot,
you're like
everything
you're now in
has
the
to
Lee
be-
T experience.
You
can have that.
It's
Don't
like
I
when you're
won't
waiting
charge
in
you for
line,
it. You
when
got
you're
that.
waiting in line to go on a ride at like Disney World, right? You're constantly been bombarding with elements of that ride, right?
Yeah.
You're seeing these videos, or you're seeing these things that are part of the attraction, and it's all that anticipation, right? It's all the anticipation until the show starts, and then you're hooked.
Yeah, if you're not thinking about it, because we do the same thing. Like we, when we book shows or whatever, we're looking at the audience, the ambiance. We're looking at like parking outside.
Oh yeah, there's so many elements, man.
Yeah, and like up at Comtra or whatever, it's like when you pull in, like where is the food truck at? Like the beer, the whole nine. It's like the whole thing is kind of a
it's a little like a little rat race. Right?
Yeah, it's
you're
like you
trying
wanna
to guide the mouse to the cheese, and the cheese is your jokes. Like,
and like. But then at the same time, if they go off course, how do you? And that's the thing is like that's what's so crazy is that like we're in a more like it's more open to deviation.
Oh yeah.
Whereas
with me there isn't. There's not as much deviation because the act is I have the act kind of plotted out, and the tricks, they are what they are. And they have their parts in the show, but their parts in the methods or the routines they're just parts. They're just elements of me.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I want people to walk away and say they had a fun time with me.
Yeah, and that's like I said, I think that's such a higher level. Like if I had the ability to like walk people through as much as like you had the ability to like lead people, like I would fucking be Louis C.K. or shit.
Well, that's kind of what they do. I mean, for us, for comedy, there's more of a trust in what we're saying, because for us to get to a Louis C.K. Chappelle level, there's a lot of onboarding to every joke. There's a lot of back with you. You're doing something that people like accept that they can't do.
Yes.
See, everybody thinks they can. Everybody thinks if they wanted to, they could be a comedian. I could be funny.
Yeah.
You be like, yo, you can't do this. Like, you not doing this shit. Like, you don't even you can't even figure out how I did it.
I think that comes into play because the minute they see like how like a shuffle I do, like which would take like 1,000 hours of my life to learn. Like you're going, there's no way I'm fucking with that. Like I'm not putting 1,000 hours.
Well, no, I walked in and you first of all you shuffle and your hands ain't together. Like you do that shuffle where his hands is.
I can't even do that. That's one of the coolest fucking things I've always wanted to do. It's the old. I've never been able to even fucking do that shit.
Have you ever been in a fight and hit somebody with a?
I could throw cards, man.
Have you ever been Gambit?
I feel like if I was like trying to rob you in the alley, you would fucking hit me with a card.
Dude, yeah.
Paper cut to the
right in my eye,
take you out. But like with comedy, like how people when they come to a comedy show, they're sometimes nervous to sit in the front row.
Yeah,
because they feel like they're gonna get picked on or maybe made fun of or something. Yeah. See, with me, it's completely the opposite. People want to be close
because they want to try to figure it out.
They want to see if they can spot something or figure something out. Like
you off your game,
you know what I mean? Or they want to be part of the show. That's what's fun because like with comedy, they don't want to be part of the show, right?
Because they're the butt of the joke.
They know they're gonna be part of the joke. But with magic, you're part of the act.
Yeah,
like you become and you get to experience it firsthand. And
keep your enemies closer. Yeah, I mean, like, haters up to the front, haters to the front. Yeah, I mean, we welcome all. Come one, come all. Lee Terbosic, I can't fail. Like that's so. I was I had a motherfucking question, and I'm drunk.
That's all right. That's all right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bridge till you figure it out.
No, it wasn't a question.
Figure it out.
I want this mind reading shit to go down. I want to.
I don't want to.
No, I want to.
First of all, it's my birthday.
No, you can't come. You're not going to come to the show.
Oh.
Every other. When I say every, the last 2 times you've been to the show, we've had some shit go down. You can't
Yeah, I
leave
guess we
unless
gotta-
you
gotta
can't
get
leave
some-
I'm
unless
going to do two things for you. One,
Word.
Ed Bailey, I'm going to do a crazy magic trick for you right now.
nice.
And-
A math trick.
No, crazy, just a crazy. I'll do a mind reading trick on you
Okay,
right
yeah,
now.
I love
and
that.
then two, here's what we're going to do for the people that are listening to the podcast right now.
Oh yeah, there's a listener type. Yeah.
Yeah, what you can do right now is if anybody listening wants to come to see 52 up close, I will create a promo code, drinking partners, that whenever you go in and get tickets, and I'm going to make a little part of your ticket disappear.
DP for Lee T.
So, yeah.
DP for Lee
so-
T.
Yeah, DP. Yeah, DP for Lee T.
There we
Yes.
go. Swag.
Yes. Hashtag.
Swag. We gonna get to a level where we could do shows with Lee T. That's 2019 bucket list.
2019 bucket list.
We fist bumping Lemieux.
Yeah.
We're doing the show with
Yeah.
Lee T.
Yeah.
And look, I'll do a whole set hanging upside
Hey,
down.
yo,
I ain't gonna have no.
I mean,
I ain't gonna have no straight
if-
jacket on.
Yo, honestly, I mean, I'm saying it live on air, man. And Buzzy, don't cut this shit out. Don't cut
Buzzy-
it out.
Buzzy
Listen,
out there trying to
if we can
figure
get
out
if we can
this
get
shit.
Lee down at Contra at some point,
Yeah, dude, I'm down. Yeah.
like headline Contra, come through and do your but
I'd love
just
to.
first and foremost, it's 360, man. It's in the rounds.
That's okay,
So,
man.
yeah,
I can work that.
Yeah.
I now have the experience with the Penguins, so I'm well prepared.
They're a little rowdier than your average Magic Show crowd.
Oh,
too.
they-
No, it's okay.
come
I've done a lot of colleges with some lot of crazy college kids.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, if you
so-
got a water the wine joke, that would work. Like,
I
you
got
got
a water
the wine.
I got
trick?
some water wine. No problem.
Yeah.
I could do that. That's no problem.
Cool.
But okay, Ed. So I have a pack of cards. I'll put them on the table. Do me a favor right now. Name a playing card in the deck. Now, before you
Out
even
loud?
do that, yeah, you can do it out loud. But before you even do that, just know that like the Ace of Spade is super common. Like Ace of Queen of
I got
Hearts,
my
always chosen. Name one.
Got my shit. in
Which?
my head.
Okay, which one?
I'm supposed.
You
to
can
tell
say it, yeah.
Oh, Jack of Diamond.
Jack of Diamonds.
Ooh.
All right, let me ask you this. Could I have known that you were going to say Jack of Diamonds? Could I have known that?
I don't know what you know. I don't. You probably got some profile for the type of man who would say Jack of Diamond.
Jack of Diamonds, right? There's
But there's no way you would have known.
Yeah,
from our
there was
interaction today,
no previous.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I want to show you something. See, in this deck of cards, I happen to have one card reversed
Get the fuck
out
out
of
of here.
all
You get the
the
fuck
rest.
out of here.
I
That's
have
bullshit.
one card
That's bullshit.
reversed
That's
out of
bullshit.
all the rest.
I ain't
First
I
of
ain't
all,
about to-
listeners, y'all don't even know how swaggy this deck of cards.
Yeah,
is.
these ain't
This ain't
bicycle.
the CVS bison shit or whatever. Yeah, this is a whole different swag level.
One card was reversed out of all the pack.
As-
Out of the pack, right?
Yeah,
You
I'm
can
not-
confirm that. I just showed you.
No,
that?
yeah, it was.
So,
It was-
and I haven't even turned it over yet. It's
Nah.
still face down.
Yeah.
You named a random playing card.
I did.
You named the Jack of Diamonds.
I did.
The one card I had turned over in this pack of cards in front of you the entire time was the Jack of
All right,
Diamonds.
I'm going.
This fucking this motherfucker. Hey, Buzzy, where's Buzzy at? You see this bullshit?
Night.
Happy birthday, Ed.
Hey, boy, you see this shit? There's some. Yeah, that's see, like
doesn't
like
make
how like
sense.
that's some bullshit, man.
See, it's shit like that that make you think, do you believe in magic?
There you go.
Because here's the thing, listeners, y'all want to watch it. This motherfucker pulled a deck of cards out, had me name a card. I really thought long and hard about a weird ass card to have. Then he pulled all the cards out, and the one turned over was the Jack.
And he was
Diamond.
playing with these
We
motherfuckers in the like.
we-
I mean, he's just been like like that's just like it almost look like a nervous tick. Like
Yeah,
he
I
just
don't-
sits
It is.
around
Yeah,
playing
no,
with
yeah.
it like
No,
the
like,
cards or
you know,
whatever.
Nah, I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't trust you. You know, this. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if these are voice activated. I'm gonna figure these
pickpocket,
cards
man.
out.
Just a
He's
regular.
a con man.
I never
man.
touched the cards.
I don't
You
even-
couldn't be a pickpocket. I never touched the cards.
Yeah, you don't know.
I never touched the cards. We never discussed this prior to like this. That is amazing.
Nah, that's insane.
So it'll
man.
bog
That's
me for a
absolutely
while.
insane. There's 52 cards.
Yeah.
There's 52
and
cards.
okay, and then
let's get into that because we were just talking. There's 52 episodes on this podcast.
Yeah.
you were on 43, and like it doesn't even seem like it was that long ago.
know,
And it was
wow.
like, but when you look at 52 episodes with everything that's popping in the city, it's hard to like, you know what I mean? And they go so fast to get so many
How
people
the
on.
fuck did that just
He's still brain.
He's still fucking
He's
with
still
that.
thinking about it.
So we 52 weeks in
Yeah.
a year. 52. Like, is that why there's 52 cars in a deck? Is that why you
well,
call
no,
it 52?
you're right. No. So I'm going to explain. So the reason why I called it 52 up close in the very beginning was because I was creating a show based around a deck of cards, right?
Yeah.
52 cards in a deck. But as I got into performing it and really the bones of it, it was more about the 52 people that I was having in the room because there's only 52 seats in my show. That's one of the cool things about my show.
Oh, see, I didn't even know.
So it's 52 up close, where 52 people are in the room very, very close to me watching sleight of hand and magic and mentalism. Now, about the back of cards, though, and with it being 52 people, with a deck of cards, though, there's 52 cards in a deck, but there's 52 weeks in a year, correct? But did you know that the red cards actually... So a deck of cards is a calendar. It represents the red cards represent daytime, black cards represent nighttime.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to go deeper on you. So the 4 suits in a deck of cards represent the 4 seasons.
What?
Yeah.
What season is wait, because you're
okay, and then there's 13 cards in every suit. There's 13 cycles to the moon.
Get the fuck out.
Lunar cycles of the moon. Now, wait a minute.
13.
Did you know if you take an entire deck of cards and you add up the value of every card, an entire pack of cards will give you 364.
Get the fuck out of
But
here.
if you put in the Joker, it gets you 365, making a deck of cards a calendar. One card for every day of the week. Or one number for every day
So
of the week.
what? So today's my birthday.
For every day.
What card am I?
That's a good. I don't know. I don't know what card. Well, you're the Jack of Diamonds. Apparently,
I feel like it might be a weird ass
You're
card.
the
I
Jack-
might be
Barely
I
the
might
Jack
be
of
like
Diamonds,
the
bro.
6 of clubs.
No.
I don't want to be that.
You're the Jack of Diamonds.
You're the Jack of Diamonds.
Apparently, happy birthday.
which is pretty
Jack of
fitting
Diamonds.
because you're a comedian and you're.
I still don't know how the fuck that happened. I don't understand anything.
Dude,
that
where
you
do you like? I'll be honest. Like that's a really cool trick. That's a really cool trick. Where do you come see the show, man? This is nothing.
No, I'll
that's-
never. I'm one of those guys. I'll never participate again. I'll sit in the back of the room.
You'll watch.
You're not gonna
that
gonna
real
figure
shit?
me out.
You're gonna want to. Let me say that you're gonna want to participate.
You're not
You'd be
gonna figure
surprised-
me out.
You'd be
You-
surprised, like how many people like. Because I feel like people that are come to the show at first, they're nervous to want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Because that means coming on stage in front of people. But as the show goes, people are like instantly like, "Oh no! I want to pick me. I want to be a part of. it. I want to experience it myself."
Is that real shit though about the cars that you just said, or is that some shit you just came?
No, that's
with,
real.
like,
That's real.
That's
No,
real
I
shit.
talk about that in the show.
Wild as fuck. I
The
haven't been
math
playing
kinda
cards.
adds up,
I've been a
although I
spades
guess the
head.
2 jokers is 54 cards, I think.
Well, with the two
two
jokers is
jokers?
54. That's
But
like
you also
I mean,
remove the 2 of diamonds. 2
well,
of
yeah, that's what.
hearts.
Yeah, if you're playing spades, you the
Yeah,
deuce
you're
of
never
diamond and
gonna
the deuce of
have-
hearts or whatever. Yeah, I mean, like there's. I mean, it's 52, and is there any game that plays with all 54 cards?
I don't know.
I don't like not none of any of
that
that. No,
2 of
they
diamonds-
They don't invite me to
That 2 of
casinos
diamonds, 2
very
of
often.
hearts. It's always transferable to the joker. So
Yeah, spades is always the 52 card pickup, the 50 like yeah, I mean like
I don't
that's
trust
crazy. I didn't even know that's wild
Yeah.
as shit.
I don't
So that's
trust
one of
you.
the things like I go into depth. Like I talk about like kind of a pack of cards, where and how they more or less changed my life. If I had never discovered a deck of cards and
Low-key
magic,
style.
like I don't know where I would be right now. But they changed my life, and and so I love performing it and showing other people it.
Nah, man, I don't trust you.
So I'm gonna go break the
He's
seal.
gonna break the seal. So I'm gonna ask you a personal question so I can get back to trusting you, even though I don't trust you because I don't understand. I tried to pick a random ass card that has no value. Like you never win. So I play spades a lot. You don't win anything with a jack of diamonds. And I figured I should have went 8 of clubs because that was gonna be my next card. 8 of clubs. Next time I'm gonna get whatever. So how do you pick the materials on the clothes that you wear? Because I see the suits.
Okay.
Nice. I'm looking at this shirt. It's not denim. It's not just regular cotton. You're very material forward type of guy, and I respect that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I see the watch. I forget what watch company that is, but those are the wooden watches.
There's a wooden one. Yeah, my girlfriend. got me
my
this.
guy
Yeah.
tried to put me onto that back in the day. You get the beads to go with. I see. I'm with you. I said that's the same shit I look into. So. When did your presentation? When did that become a big thing for you? Because you are a very well dressed, very well.
Thank you.
individual.
I felt that the show for 52 in particular,
Swaggy.
it had to have it had to have like a certain swag about it. Don't get me wrong, I love suits. I'm a suit guy. I love nice things, and so I wanted to. I thought whatever I wore on stage had to be at the caliber of what, one, the show was going to be, and two, it had to match the hotel.
Yeah, it had to match Hotel Monaco.
Yeah.
You can't show up at Hotel Monaco with, some like holes in your joggers and like
and that's the thing, like when people, when people come to the show, like most people dress up. Like people get dressed up to come out and see the show.
I imagine. Shit, all the shit I've been seeing. Shit, I wanted to dress up for this motherfucking podcast, like, because I just assumed you was gonna come in with a motherfucking something tucked in there.
He stunted on us with that shirt. That's not a regular. No, that ain't just a regular material shirt.
Let me be very clear that we are very aware of the layers you got on and all the like. This motherfucker got a Ferrari hat on.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna throw labels out
Porsche.
there.
A Porsche. Shit.
I wasn't gonna throw labels out there, and I wasn't gonna correct him, but he corrected him because it's your hat. But I do. That's something I've always respected about you, just the well manicured nature of how you put yourself together. And like it's funny because I liken it to a D.L. Hewley in comedy where he's always performing in a suit.
Yeah,
and it kind of elevates. It kind of elevates you to in a sense where it's like, all right, this motherfucker's about his business. Like when I come to watch you, he's somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it ain't just I'm up here just watching anybody. Like it's like I'm watching somebody.
I think it's just another part of what being a performer is about. What you wear on stage tells the audience who you are.
Yeah.
All right.
It fits your narrative.
Yeah.
So I'm coming out with the suits from now on. Look, I kill him in the suits.
Yeah, I mean that's
I
what.
be killing him.
You
I be killing him, but
I'm kind of tired of you
you
killing them in the motherfucking suits. I keep showing up to places all fucking comfortable shit, and this motherfucker come in with the 3-piece with the motherfucking the beads and the tie collars and the pins and shit. This motherfucker showed up with an American flag pin, bro. Like yeah.
Don't say that too loud. That never happened. I don't have an American flag lapel pin, but I do like lapel pins. I'm about to start buying like custom shit. Shout out to Heart on Sleeve. We got to get Reggie on here because we discussed getting me some.
We got it. Yeah, no, I fucks with it. I mean, I like the little heart shit or whatever. But yeah, no, that is crazy because like, I mean, it's wild. Like, because you see, there's such a division in, say, even like like white comedians and black comedians or whatever, like. The Eddie Murphys, the motherfucking like Bill Cosby's, Richard Pryor, like they all came to the stage. I keep, but like they always came to the stage with some swag or whatever. Where like again, when you look at your traditional like white comics or whatever, they are more relaxed and more like comfortable or whatever. Like that. It seems I don't even know what it's just a thing that I've always been cognizant because when I get on stage, I'm always like. Yo, I gotta come on. This is a presentation. This is like my job. I'm going to look sharp or whatever.
Yep.
But like, some of the funniest motherfuckers come up and they got fucking a flannel and some some overalls or whatever the fuck, and like they do the damn thing. Like what do you like? I'm asking you just because I don't have anyone. Like, what do you think that is? Like,
well, I think it's a combination of things because like if you look at like Larry the Cable Guy, what comes to mind?
Right.
Flannel without sleeves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was like putting 52 together, like I wanted to have a certain look, a certain suit that I was going to literally wear every show.
Mm.
So I wear the same suit every show.
You got a uniform.
But it's kind of like a uniform. It's like when I put that on, it's like it's like you become Batman for that night. You know what I mean? Like so during the day I get to just be me, and then at night I go and put my uniform on and I get to go and perform and do my show and in a way it puts me in character. It does. Like when I dress for like the show for 52, it puts me into my character that I go into for the show. When I go and perform at a college, I'm not going to wear a suit because I'm going to be out of character.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be in. So when I go and I wear whatever I normally would wear for a college show because that's what I want to appeal to, and that's the message I want to deliver. So yeah, the clothing and like the whole facade. All plays into the performance.
It's not a facade; it's a part of you.
You
present a certain
part
of
it's an extension of you
for the crowd
it's an
that you're in front of.
Well, facade is just that outer appearance or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm just glad I feel like because I always feel weird because there's certain clothes that are just like stage clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like there's certain pieces that I'll buy and I'm like, that's what I'm gonna wear on stage.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go to a cookout in that shit. Like I'm not gonna go to like various events. It really is. There's some pieces that. If I'm not on stage, it just looks awkward.
Okay.
Like, I'm
in a different, and I don't know what it could be the Midwest in me. Everything is starched and ironed. It doesn't matter. It could be a T-shirt. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. And people go, yeah, I iron sweatpants. I will iron shirts.
You iron sweatpants?
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
Nigga, what?
I iron everything.
Well, like why?
Because
you can't even get a crease in the
it's wrinkled.
sweatpants.
Because
it's a sweatpants.
First of all, I don't
Nigga, sweating it.
I don't crease my jeans.
If you
The
can't-
sweats will take
my
out the
jeans.
the wrinkles.
You would like my closet, man, because
Ah,
my
fucks with
closet is nothing but I have nothing but wooden hangers. All wooden hangers,
Yeah.
right? And I make every time, like if I invest in something like a nice jacket or a nice suit or something, I take care of it. Like
Yeah.
when it comes off,
Yeah.
it goes on
You
a
have to.
hanger.
Yeah.
It goes back into
Yeah.
the closet.
Yeah, the first step
Yeah.
is getting rid of all them wire hangers.
Oh yeah, the wire
you gotta
hangers.
get rid
are
of
the
all
Yeah,
worst.
get the
yeah.
suit hangers.
Yeah,
is what
you
you
gotta
need.
Yeah,
get the-
yeah,
oh,
you
man.
gotta get
Because
the
that's what
thick-
screws up the shoulders.
Yeah, I
and
get
shit.
the
those
felt
shoulder
joints
bumps
to
and
put the-
shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
the
it's real,
felt
man.
dips
See, I rocks with you. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
everything is iron. Everything. You ask wifey. Everything.
Well, see, I don't iron everything, but I definitely take care of my clothes. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't spend a whole fuck ton. Like, I mean, I guess in my overall budget, but like, I don't spend a whole fuck ton on clothes. But like, I got pieces that I love. You know what I mean? And I take care of my shit. Like, you know what I mean, if I buy a nice piece or whatever, that's gonna last me a good 10 years. You know what I mean? And I make sure I don't wash in a certain setting or whatever. I put the iron. But like. Everything you wash, like
Everything.
like my t-shirts.
Everything.
Like I make sure that
T-shirts
like, I
get
keep
starched
the,
iron. First of all, you can't get that collar to lay right if you don't iron it.
the
That collar
the
got to lay
t-shirt.
right. Yeah, on the
No, that's
t-shirt.
bullshit.
That collar got to lay right.
That's bullshit.
That collar got to lay right.
Nah, the collar can lay right.
That collar gotta
as
lay-
long as you don't stretch the collar out. As long as you put
Collar
that on,
gotta lay,
like,
baby.
and, like,
That's
'cause I,
gotta
'cause
be-
I don't put t-shirts on hangers, right? Because hangers, that's the quickest way to get your
I
fucking
fold all
t-shirt
my
fucked up.
shit.
Yeah.
I fold all my
And
t-shirts or
Take
whatever.
one of
Out
those
of that
folding
fold-
things. Those little
No,
table
I just
folds?
okay. I used to work for Macy's, so like I
Okay.
have that
Yeah,
whole.
yeah,
You got
that's
the-
what I'm
you got
talking
the
about.
corporate
That's
Yeah,
all-
the
that's what-
corporate, like
that's
what they
I'm
put
talking
when you
about.
see them on it.
Yeah.
That's how all my t-shirts.
No, I do the same thing.
Yeah, that's the best
Same
way to
way.
keep it. I don't put them on hangers, like I mean, and then like I said, that those wire hangers, they got to motherfucking go.
I never put t-shirts on hangers, but I fold everything. I iron everything. Everything. I iron
Here's the thing:
Everything.
if you hang your shit and like you don't have like if you keep it in rotation, like I got a rotation of like most like my start like my star pieces or whatever. I wear them maybe like once every couple of months. If you hang them, the folds like they go.
Here's the thing: there's a knot wrinkle, and there is a
crisp.
crisp.
I didn't wear.
Known all my shit be crisp.
Okay. Do you keep your pieces in the back seat until you get to the show? Like, yeah, I mean,
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
Oh, I've gone to shows
See,
with my shit.
that's-
yeah.
see,
So
I
my
like-
show, I
I've gone
have
much to know
I have a dressing room. I get ready in my dressing room, and then so I have my suit.
Different
you know,
level, man. He did the
Yeah,
fist bumps
man.
for Mario and me.
now I'm sort of thinking like maybe I should maybe Chris something.
He's the one. He come to his shows. He got the shit in the bag.
Yeah,
Zipped up in the bag.
You're
Nice
right.
expensive hang coming out over the left shoulder. Like, yeah, nah, I couldn't.
He
let that
walking
shit- I
in the
couldn't let it
tunnel.
lay.
He in the tunnel like with
can't
the
just lay.
headphones on, like
See,
On the way to the game.
on the way to the-
right? Yeah, because we still have the issue of all right. So it is a real thing. Let me ask you about seatbelts. So I wear a seatbelt every time I drive. You know, save my life. But I will take my shirt and fold it over that seatbelt because I don't
Okay.
like that crease across the bottom of my
I
shirt.
see what you
Is it
mean.
just
Yeah.
me? Do you do
No,
that?
I will at least
Yeah.
if I gotta. It depends on the material
Yeah.
of my T-shirt or whatever.
Yeah,
if it's
I
a thicker,
tuck that.
but if it, I'll throw that over because I don't want that extra.
See, he don't even do that because this shit's all in
Because
the
it's
bag.
already in the
It's already in the
on,
bag.
It's on that hook that don't nobody but that window hook.
Oh, that weird thing.
That weird ass, that weird ass window.
If you got a
hook.
good car, it's got a hanger hook.
Yeah.
If you got just a regular car, it's just got the little
old shit
handle.
bar.
The handle,
You just gotta
yeah.
throw your shit on the handle.
That's the oh shit bar. Yeah.
Oh that oh shit bar. That ain't you got the. I would imagine you got the actual
Got the hook.
the
Oh,
hook
okay.
on
You
that.
got the
bitch.
hook? All
Like
right.
when you go car shopping, you be like, yeah, nah. It ain't got the
I
hook.
don't got the hook for that.
They ain't
Seat.
got the hook. I'm gonna have to either take off what I'm offering for this, or you're gonna have to add the hook. What you
Gotta
gonna do?
put the hook.
I'm Lee T. I'm Lee T. I could change these documents. You won't even know.
Yeah, you're gonna pay me to drive this shit.
Yo, we appreciate you coming out.
No,
man.
dude, thank you guys
Always
for
a good
having me,
fucking
man.
time, man. We got
Yeah.
long-winded as shit. He tricked
Yeah.
us into it because we still haven't figured out if he was Nick, but we're gonna figure that out.
I don't think we ever will.
Nick Adams.
I don't think we ever will, man.
Just listen, listeners.
I hope
if
Nick
you-
Adams will show up at a show though,
Yeah, he will because we just agreed that you go come to count.
and he's
So
gonna
listen,
he's gonna
listeners,
tell him that you were thinking of the Jagged Diamonds.
all our listeners that know a Nick Adams, please tag him so we can
Yeah.
overlook his profile,
Yeah.
see if he got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but let the
put the
people
net
know what's going on with Lee T. how we can find you. You know, we got the 52 Up Close.
Yeah, 52 Up for tickets, 52upclose.com. Follow me on Instagram at Lee Terbosic, as well as Facebook, Twitter. All the handles are the same. But yeah, 52upclose.com. And if you want to look at anything up, because we talked about Houdini 100, Houdini100.com has all the stuff on there as well from 2016 and that stunt. But I may be doing something in the future. So, so I guess I'll be. I'll come back at a later date and we'll maybe talk about something else. Something I got coming up.
Oh well, I mean, hey man, you've always been part of the family.
You got the open invite. Come through. You can just fall through mid episodes. You be like, "Yo, Lee T here."
We're gonna do a magic trick.
But don't put them deck. You gotta leave that deck cards at home. I ain't figured that shit out yet.
And then, like I said, man, anybody that wants to come out to the show, you're listening to the podcast. We're gonna create a promo code for you so you can get a little discount on a ticket.
Yeah,
so you can bring your date out.
Wait. What was that?
DP and Lee T, or however you want to do it. Lee T on DP, however you want to do it. It's your promo code.
We'll come up with something. We'll have it in the comment, or we'll have it in the write up in the bottom.
Yeah. We'll throw it in the write up. If you're listening, throw it in the write up. I mean, we'll tag it all. We'll hashtag that or whatever. Shout out to Mindful. I mean, what are you drinking over here, man? Because I'm
sorry I didn't drink this, by the way.
No, yeah. Oh, it's all.
That's
good.
Cool. I'll take care of that. It's my
yeah. We're drinking for 3.
I drank the lime agave. It's gone. What am I drinking? I've drunk it.
Yeah, shout out to, again, for Mindful. I mean, they dropped off these crowlers, 32 ounces, and we couldn't find any cups, so we just cracked these motherfuckers.
These things are a beast, man.
They are a handful, literally.
You stay away from them.
They are a handful.
I am a non-drinker.
Yeah,
so
you got to be on the swivel at all times.
Yeah.
You know it, man. You don't want to see a drunk magician. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you don't want a magician say, hold on.
With my cards.
But you can't, but drinking at my show is encouraged. So I have a bar outside my show and we serve drinks and I have my own signature cocktails that you can get as well. So,
shit.
Yeah. There's a Houdini 100 Martini. There's a Wild Ace. It's it's a Moscow Mule. And then we have Houdini, and what was the third one? We have the Houdini 100 Martini, the Wild Ace. And there's one other one I'm forgetting.
It's Jack of Diamonds.
It's the Ed Bailey.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, this lime agave that you was drinking or whatever. Shout out to Mindful again, dropping that off. 32 ounce crowlers and whatever. And I've been drinking this motherfucking Flyboy, and it is fly as shit. Mad hops. They got a whole series of this going on. So shout out to Mindful for sponsoring the podcast. And yeah, they family out there. They right out there on Castle Shannon on Library Road. They open every day except for Monday because Mondays everybody got to as we were talking about earlier, you got to have a day off every once in a blue.
You got to disconnect.
So yeah, I mean they
for a minute.
Yeah, they open up every day except for Monday. You know what I mean? So shout out to them.
All right, they let them know where they can find it.
Hey, man, if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play under Drinking Partners. You can find us on where were we looking at? May 26th at Comtra Theater, Mike Travers. You can find us at comtratheater.ticketleap.com. And you can find us June 16th with Alex Sepula, man. I mean, bringing the funny, Mindful again, supporting that. And tickets are arcadecomedytheater.com.
Thank you for getting through that because I didn't know if it was going to happen.
I got through that like I got through this crowler.
Yeah, man. Yo, we want to thank Lee T for coming out, man. It's always a pleasure. I haven't figured that shit out. I'm going to figure that out.
You're going to be Googling hard, man.
I'm going to be something. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do, but hey, yo, I want to appreciate you coming out, man. It was a great birthday for me.
Yeah.
Had a good time chilling with
Happy
family.
birthday, bro. Like on some real shit, though. Happy birthday, man. You wasn't even supposed to make this motherfucker. Like,
exactly. I was supposed to die at 30. I'm 32 now, so I'm Gucci.
Yeah, so I appreciate you being honest.
I'm Gucci, man. As always, Drinking Partners is the crew. Epicast is the family, and we out. Chill.
Yeah.
You chill now?
We still ain't had Buzzy as a guest, man.
I don't want Buzzy to sit down.
Buzzy be skirting us, like.
Yeah, Buzzy always welcome to come on. Buzzy like a football.
He did Audible crazy, so they did other podcasts, though. They did some other ones, but they don't be fucking with us.